it's made.
Tí wọ́n bá ṣe ìyẹn lóòótọ́ ó yẹ kí èmi náà wá jáde lọ bá ọgbọ́n ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ tí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ sọ yìí o ṣe é fẹnu sí i ṣe é lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ̀ tó ti ṣe é ṣe. inú dídùn pé ẹgbẹ́ wa àti ìjọba tí Ọlọ́run náà.
Earlier, the traditional rulers in Ile-Ife and Modakeke applauded Governor Utola for his giant stride in repositioning the living standard of the people and on the provision of quality healthcare services, road infrastructural development in Famia farm settlements, Modakeke and Ile-Ife axis, and expressed their readiness to support his administration in all ramifications. The strategic engagement tour continued in Ila, Ifedayo and Boluwaduro Federal Constituency today. Kolade Akpata, OSBC News.
The military coup deposing Burkina Faso's president, Roch Kabore, is the fourth in a string of recent military takeovers in West and Central Africa, prompting fears of further regional instability. Martino soldiers demanding more support for their fight against armed groups announced on Monday that they had toppled the democratically elected president. While the takeover sparked widespread international condemnation, it was greeted with significant support in Burkina Faso. Qatar's Foreign Minister, Mr. Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani, is expected to travel to Tehran today to discuss regional issues with top Iranian officials. The trip comes after Mr. Al Thani, who is also Qatar's Deputy Prime Minister, held talks with Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amirabdollahian over the phone. According to Qatar's official, the two diplomats reviewed bilateral relations and discussed ways of enhancing them in various fields. They also discussed the latest regional developments and issues of mutual concern. This is the World at Noon, coming to you from Ocean State Broadcasting Corporation, Ileawiye Okebale Oshibo, Voice of the West. Now, a mid-news message. One of the Nigerians' main social ills is favoritism. The world people on merit and not on over consideration. The Duke of York, Prince Andrew, has denied being a close friend of convicted sex trafficker Mr. Gilesink Maxwell in a legal response to the woman who is suing him in the US for sexual assault. Information has it that lawyers for the prince also say he wants to go before a jury to contest the claim brought by Miss Virginia Gifford. The Duke of York has consistently denied all the allegations against him. The Gifford alleges he assaulted her when she was 17 at home, owned by Maxwell and pedophile Mr. Jeffrey Epstein. But in the 11-page court document filed, Prince Andrew's legal team listed a number of reasons why they believe his civil lawsuit should be dismissed. A judge in the United States has imposed a 44-month prison sentence on a man who pleaded guilty to a felony charge after throwing objects at police during last year's January 6 attack on the U.S. Capitol and boasted about this action on social media. The defendant, Mr. Nicholas Languerrand, has been jailed since his arrest in April last year in the U.S. state of South Carolina and will receive credit for time served. Prosecutors had recommended a 51-month sentence, but U.S. District Judge John Bates in Washington said that a modest reduction was warranted in light of Mr. Languerrand's personal circumstances, including what the judge described as an extremely difficult and chaotic upbringing. Angry North in eastern India has set fire to train carriages and protest over access to railway jobs that have been placed violently. The dispersed crowd with tear gas and baton charges. Bihar State has been on edge since the start of the week over claims by young job applicants that an entrance exam for the government-run rail sector was being conducted unfairly. Information has it that protests began on a small scale and have since spread, with crowds peddling stone at train cars, blocking tracks and burning effigies of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. More than a dozen people have been arrested for participating in the demonstrations, which have broken out at railway stations across Bihar and neighboring Uttar Pradesh. And then again are the highlights of the world at noon. Governor of the state of Osun, Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola, Southwest Nigeria, called on members of the All Progressive Congress to work assiduously in promoting the democratic structure of All Progressive Congress, APC, in the state. The military coup deposing Burkina Faso's President Roch Kabore is the fourth in a string of recent military takeovers in West and Central Africa, prompting fears of further regional instability. A judge in the United States has imposed a 44-month prison sentence on a man who pleaded guilty to a felony charge after throwing objects at police during last year's January 6 attack on the U.S. Capitol and boasting about his actions on the social media. And that was the word at noon, edited by Olushola Egbedofo and delivered by Tunde